We have Mr. Randeep Kumar Rana, DIG Operations of the NDRF. Mr. Rana, many thanks for being with us. Very recently, we had spoken to you about a fortnight ago on preparedness regarding the super cyclone Amphan. This is, of course, a cyclone of far less intensity, but the storm is severe. And once again, when we talk about preparedness, we talk about evacuation, it is going to be the same concerns here. Like Amphan, which had hit capital city Kolkata. But here you have Nisarga impacting Mumbai, capital city Mumbai as well. And the larger concern here being with the huge number of cases that Mumbai is looking at, 40,000 plus COVID cases, and in the midst of that, with multiple hotspots there in the city, in and around, evacuation process. Help us understand the challenges as far as this cyclone is concerned for the NDRF.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Cyclone Nisarg, as you were mentioning a short while ago, the landfall process has already started. And if you compare it with the last previous cyclone which affected West Bengal, the intensity might be comparatively a little less. But given the density of population in Mumbai and adjoining areas, the damaging potential cannot be taken lightly, and accordingly NDRF has deployed 21 teams in the state of Maharashtra in the affected areas, and last 3 days the teams are in consultation and with other stakeholders of the state government. They are going from place to place, advising the people to move to safer places. The state has also made evacuation centers in schools, colleges, other safer buildings, and the people have been advised which building they have to go to take shelter at the time of landfall when the impact is more, and how to fix the loose fittings in their houses. That is also being told by the teams of NDRF to the people in the affected areas. Our teams, they are also equipped with various kind of cutters and other related equipment so that the restoration work can begin immediately as soon as the weather conditions they permit. And in the Alibag area, where there were some reports of some tree uprooting, our teams, they were on the job and they have cleared those areas. And as soon as other damage reports they creep in, our teams, they will be moving to that area and try and help to restore the services as early as possible.
That's right. Also, Mr. Rana, when we talk about evacuation and providing them alternate shelter and camps here, once again, the challenge was because we're looking at very, very congested areas, also a lot of the low-lying areas, which are hotspots, which are treating COVID patients here, patients who are being treated in temporary beds and provisions have had to be reshifted as well. And once again, keeping in mind all the safety hygiene, social distancing norms, because these are specifically very, very densely populated, cramped areas that we're looking at.
Rightly so, because this cyclone, one thing is Mumbai and this part of our country, it is facing this intensity cyclone after a gap of many decades. And that's why the level of preparations required, they have been of a very high degree. And some of the areas where the COVID-19 hotspots were there, so that is again an area of concern, and the state government that is taking due care so that the people which are already in the those temporary hospitals, they have been shifted, and the evacuation centers, since large number of people gather there for shelter, what precautions need to be taken there, that has also been a focus of not only NDRF but all stakeholders, how to educate the people so that the COVID infection does not spread much as a result of this cyclone response. So all due precautions are being taken, and I'm sure the administration is very well prepared about the fallouts post cyclone also.
Yes, Mr. Rana, please stay on with us because we're playing out these latest images, of course, that are coming in from the affected areas, specifically from Alibag, where the landfall has been made already. This is going to be a 3-hour process of the landfall, following which the impact of the storm is going to continue for 6 hours' time. Mr. Rana, work now as far as rescue operations of the NDRF, of course, would start only after 3 hours when manageable weather there is seen in the affected areas. What is going to be the first point focus here for the NDRF post 3 hours now?
Like these 2 to 3 hours, usually we have already advised the people, and again, this is a word of caution that people should stay indoors at safe places and should not venture out just to see what's happening, because there have been instances of injuries when loose objects, tin sheets, they act as flying missiles and cause injuries to the people who just come out and to see what's happening outside. And another peculiarity about cyclone landfall is when the eye of the cyclone passes, the winds for some time it
Yes.
decreases. But when the eye crosses, it again uh, catches up and the intensity again increases. When the wind intensity decreases a bit in this process, then that should not be taken as a sign of easing out, and people should not come out at that time also until the agencies they declare that the area is safe now and the entire cyclone sphere that has crossed the area. Till then the people should stay indoors, and as soon as the cyclone passes and the weather permits, the contingencies have already been formed. Different teams, they have made their plannings accordingly, how they have to spread out in the affected areas. The district authorities, they have also made arrangements to pass on the information to the teams working on the ground, so that they can reach the affected areas quickly and restore the services.
Yes, Mr. Rana, we're looking at how the impact that Cyclone Amphan had on the capital city and adjoining areas here. It's, of course, worst hit when a disaster strikes a capital city, and we're seeing this today as well, where Mumbai is going to be very, very deeply impacted by this cyclone here. Help us understand preparedness post the cyclone, important relief measures here, which don't continue to reach people even a week after the cyclone. This is in the workings of the NDRF in partnership of the SDRF of the concerned state here. What are the preparedness levels here in post-cyclone, in relief measures there, rescue operations that haven't even reached even a week after the storm, because the capital city was worst impacted?
Definitely, this is a very big challenge because a large number of people are affected, and being capital city, the density of population is very, very high. And since the infrastructure damage is also quite high if the wind intensity is more, restoration of the essential services in itself is a big challenge. And alongside the restoration of essential services, relief material to the needy people, it's an important job which is being done side by side. Like in the case of Cyclone Amphan, the services, especially electricity restoration in some of the areas, it took more than 3 to 5 days. And in the meantime, the administration had made arrangements for relief material to reach to the people at the places of the stay, so that the emergency needs can be met. Similarly, for this cyclone also, arrangements have been made by the administration. If there are breach in the essential services, then in the meantime, how immediate relief can be made available to the people, so that those arrangements, they are part of any such disaster management plan. And in the state of Maharashtra also, these elements have been discussed, and the plan is in force, and I'm sure it will be activated as soon as the damage reports they start coming in and the weather becomes conducive for the agencies to operate.
All right, Mr. Rana, appreciate your time, appreciate the information that you've given us to our viewers as well. Thank you for the work at the NDRF. With those assurances, we'll have to leave it at that.